Last time I feel that that's impossible to see the 12 links
Yeah.
happening so fast, you see.
Yes.
So with your explanation just now, initially I have the question how to see it. I can only see the maybe, uh, avijja, pacha, sankara,
Yeah.
pacha, vijnana.
Yeah.
So the following one is like it happens
Yeah,
so
the
fast.
input of content of consciousness
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not easy. That one you need very stable mindfulness
yeah,
because that movement of the mental activity from the memory, from the brain, from the conditioning, you can see it very clearly when you have the mindfulness, the stability of it. But normal people cannot because they are so heedless and deluded. And that one is like so habitual, automatic. So there is like no gap because they cannot see the consciousness, the pure consciousness, the moment of consciousness, they cannot. Because straight away the perception and the views, opinion, and conditioning they input the content already, like and dislike, the mind stir and react. That's why they can't see. Without the stability of mindfulness and understanding, you can't see. Now you start to understand because you have gone through the cultivation process to a certain extent. So that's why you will appreciate, Adeline, Saturday. Very good.
yeah.
Your explanation is very good.
That means, that
Uh,
means when we see things, let's say, for example, the seeing consciousness.
yeah,
So if we just see it and then without arising the sankhara, and then that is a pure seeing
yeah,
consciousness.
the pure direct seeing
Yeah.
things as they are.
Then
Uh,
let's say
but
when you have the
you cannot
mindfulness,
do that until there is wisdom. Wisdom is you see things as they are. You act according to your understanding. Because at that moment of seeing, it's just that pure consciousness. The best way to practice it or train it is you look at a painting. You look at a painting, okay? For the painting, it's more difficult for you to develop the perception and the idea of what that painting is. That's why I like you to train on the painting. Then you can see very clearly. At the moment when the memory starts to perceive that painting and come out with the words and concept of that painting, that one is mundane mind already. The pure direct seeing is number that. But when you see with clarity everything, it's just like you look at the mic, microphone, without the words, without the concept, you see the reality of that so-called piece of microphone. You understand that? So when you see things like the painting, it's the same. You see everything, but without the words. That can only happen when you have stability of mindfulness and you understand what this movement is, the dwelling, the partition. That's why you can be at the moment of feeling. It's like stop there. You can have that pure feeling. Normal people cannot. That feeling straight away condition craving, emotion. That's why without mindfulness, you cannot have that understanding. That's the reason why the Buddha said the heedless are as if dead. You don't stand a chance because you're completely blind. You can't see. That's the reason why I say without daily mindfulness, the stability of it, there is no real meditation. There is no real awakening and understanding. Everything is just Dhamma knowledge. So now with this explanation, hopefully it can allow you to understand. So every time you see something, you see the reality, the whole thing. Then when you try to develop the understanding, you can honestly see. Then you can also be aware of the moment the concept come in. But the deluded Puthujana who don't have the Dhamma and the understanding and the stability of mindfulness, they can't. But the moment they see, they will label it. They say, how can you not label it? Well, to them, they see the concept, the word. Like microphone, they don't see the microphone, they see that word, the concept of that microphone. So you ask them, what is that microphone just now? They cannot describe to you the detail. Well, they think they see, they assume. So the word, oh, microphone, because to them is take for granted, very common. Yeah. That's why when you observe things, you don't really observe because the concept. Even your laptop or your computer or what, you don't really look at it. But most of the time you are playing with it, you are engrossed with your computing and all those things and your thinking. But if you really see, you see the whole thing, that reality, that pure seeing. Then that aggregate of mind, if you want to be at the moment of feeling, you can be there. Then you can see how your sankara move. Then how you input your whatever content of consciousness. So those that have the Dhamma and the wisdom, they act according to wisdom and understanding. That one, the content of consciousness they get go in is the understanding without the evil roots. That's why it's not for memory. It's not your views, opinion, and conditioning. It's true right view, true understanding. That's why you will have the noble eightfold path embodiment. Then you will arise the appropriate right thought, right speech, right action. You will understand. Whereas the one that is deluded and heedless, they will act according to memory. That's why the habitual tendency, the reflect action, everything just coming. So this is the aspect of training that is very, very difficult to comprehend unless people develop the stability of mindfulness. Well, in the past, I can't really go into detail because I know hardly anybody has that ability. That's why when I share, you can be at the moment of feeling, moment of perception, moment of input of content of consciousness, then the activity of my sankara. This one hardly anybody can do. To do this, your mindfulness has to be very stable. This one I saw it after 1989, after I awakened. Then I have that stability of mindfulness. Then later on, when my mundane mind collapsed 9 months later, it's even more clear. Then the supramundane mind, the very fine one, there's another movement. So unless people reach that stage, we may not have the condition to share all the things. But even at this stage, it's not easy. Very few people can have that stability of mindfulness to do what I share. So, but there are some cultivators who are moving into this, and they can understand what I say now. Even for you, Adeline, you can actually follow to a certain extent already. Your last time you completely cannot follow. So now I go through this revision again. It will bring for the condition for those who really have developed the stability of mindfulness to have the understanding. So the understanding is now no more like last time, superficial, theoretical. Now is going in more uh, deeply uh, according to your uh, progress, stability of mindfulness, understanding, and yoniso manasikara. Mm. So can understand, Adeline?
Yeah. It's
Sadhu.
like you say, it's become deeper, and then that links to the triangle also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That
Beautiful. Yeah,
triangle is very beautiful. So
yeah,
now you start to understand how the pure awareness, that see, the consciousness up there.
yeah.
That see is the pure consciousness,
Pure
awareness.
consciousness. Yeah.
Then if you use it to live life, means you go down the right hand side, yeah, you deal with the five aggregate of form and mind, the senses. Okay, so that one will arise the mundane consciousness. This is for living, karmic, and all those things. Whereas if you silence your mind with the direct seeing on the left slope, the left side, it will develop wisdom. That's why the pure consciousness on top, see, on the left hand side, it will go down to wisdom. The wisdom, the understanding, the right view. So that direct seeing is meditation. That is what Hui Ning teach. No thought. No thought is what? True mind. Only the true mind can awaken. Only the true mind can see the direct seeing, the pure awareness, the pure consciousness. Then how the mundane mind movement all that happen that silent mind can see. That's why through mindfulness, it becomes very clear to them. And then with that wisdom that arise on the left-hand side slope, you use it to live life. You live life according to your understanding, which is wisdom. You act according to wisdom. That's why that is the living aspect for enlightened being. So the triangle will become very clear to you when you have this ability to understand the dwelling, the stability of mindfulness, and they are all connected. That's why the whole teaching is not easy. When I teach, it's already from that understanding. That's why it's not easy for normal cultivator to even see the full picture. So it's good that you can link it to the triangle. Sadhu to you. Very good, huh? Adeline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
Adeline.
brother, for the
Yeah,
explanation.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah.